a community of believers who trade for a living. To learn more about who we are, what we do, and how we do it, call toll-free 1-866-928-3310, and we'll send you out a no-obligation information kit absolutely free. 866-928-3310. The CFRN Emini Futures Cast is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phones, BlackBerry, and WebOS phones. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Find it in your app store or at Stitcher.com. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio.
Are you ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/CFRN. Over 85,000 titles. Choose from mystery, romance, religion, science, technology, business, New York Times bestsellers, even children's books. You name it, Audible has it. With 85,000 titles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect audiobook for yourself or to give as a gift, and it's absolutely free. Just point your browser to audibletrial.com/CFRN. That's audibletrial.com/CFRN. And become a part of the audiobook revolution by downloading your free audiobook today. audibletrial.com/CFRN.
Hey, trader, want to get rich quick? Well, good luck with that. If, on the other hand, you actually...
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
At CFRN.net. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern for our daily devotional, and then spend the next 3 hours learning how it's done from professional traders who actually trade for a living. That's www.CFRN.net. Every trading day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN Emini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things Emini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro, and even T-bills. Joining us today from our studios in Boston, Mr. Michael Bork. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon, welcome back. Today is Friday, 17th day of August, 2018. Hope you're having a great Friday. It's the weekend. Everybody's been working for it, and, well, here it is. Here it is. Hope you got great plans. Spend some quality time with the family. Just relax. You work so hard. Take some time off. Binance, the largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume, has announced it's launching a fiat to crypto trading platform in Liechtenstein. Probably not how you pronounce it. Through a joint venture with LCX. Now, Binance LCX plans to build up a team of up to 15 professionals for that office. They'll handle customer support, legal requirements, due diligence, know your customer, AML, and government communication. While the team at Binance itself will provide and maintain the platform. There's a little bit of news to get things rolling. Welcome if you're returning. I want to welcome you back. If you're here for the first time, I want to extend a special welcome to you. We are glad to have you with us. I have a chart up of the S&P 500 Emini Futures. This can be radio, this can be TV, however you want to play it. If you want to see the chart, Go to our homepage at CFRN.net. On the right-hand side, click the big microphone, follow the instructions. You'll be registered in about 30 seconds, and it'll be good through the end of the month. That means one-click access every single day. We have a dual stream at youtube.com/CFRN/live. I recommend going there and bookmarking that page in case the go-to software ever lets us down. You have a backup. Okay? All right. Now, back to the news. ZBCom, the 5th largest crypto exchange by daily trading volume, is planning to set up operations in, that's right, Malta. Very good. Also hailed the blockchain island. Oh, I like this, right? Instead of Crypto Valley, like Silicon Valley, they're going with Blockchain Island. It's got a nice ring to it. For its efforts to create favorable conditions for companies in the industry. During the Malta Blockchain Summit, the company announced it will open a new office in St. Julian's. The exchange wants to start with crypto-to-crypto trading and intends to eventually offer fiat-to-crypto options as well. Malta is, now this is the co-founder of ZB.com talking, Malta is perhaps the world's most progressive and forward-thinking nation in DLT, crypto, and fintech, and we're very excited to be a part of the blockchain island. We are confident we will be able to announce live operations soon. Maltese authorities have been trying hard to turn the island nation into a crypto-friendly haven. The Parliament in Valletta recently adopted 3 bills designed to create a clear regulatory framework that will enable the establishment of crypto businesses on the island. Chinese-run ZB.com is moving in the footsteps of other players in the field. Malta has already attracted crypto exchanges like Binance, which is exploring opportunities to launch a decentralized bank there. OKEX, another Chinese exchange, which announced in April it is setting foot on the island, and the Polish BitBay, which revealed its plans to move to Malta back in May. Blockchain venture builder Concilium Group, that's right, Concilium, has announced an investment of $125,000 US in Bundle Network. This is a company developing an online platform to facilitate cryptocurrency trading. As part of the deal, the investor will also receive an entitlement to an undisclosed number of Bundle Network tokens. That's right, Bundle Network tokens. And its chief executive will join Bundle's board of directors. Proactive investors reported earlier this year, news came out that Concilium had been engaged by Bundle to provide advisory services for a token generating event. The company notes that the investment in Bundle is part of a strategy to support foundational services in the blockchain ecosystem, such as the buying and selling of cryptocurrency and tokens. Leading U.S. California-based crypto exchange, Coinbase, was signing up 50,000 new customers daily in 2017. The chief executive, CEO Brian Armstrong, said the platform helped users trade $150 billion worth of cryptocurrency over the past year, but did not reveal this year's rate of new registrations. According to Armstrong, only about 10% of cryptos are currently used in real life, including online purchases. I think it will be quite some time before you cross the street to Starbucks in the US and pay with crypto. However, he is confident it's getting harder and harder to be a crypto skeptic. And according to another announcement related to the San Francisco headquartered exchange, the crypto wallet Toshi has recently been rebranded as Coinbase Wallet. Boy, they're just acquiring everything they can find. They consume everything in their path. The exchange posted on Twitter that this is not just a new name, but part of a larger effort to invest in products that will define the future of the decentralized web and make that future accessible to anyone. Users of Coinbase Wallet can currently manage Ethereum and ERC20 tokens with plans to add support for Bitcoin Core, BTC, Bitcoin Cash, BCH, and Litecoin, LTC. So there you have it, a little bit of news. Let us endeavor to stroll over and look at the numbers. From around the world, these are cash markets. We'll start in the US. We'll get to the futures in a moment. Right now, the Dow is up 82 points. NASDAQ is down 15. S&P 500 is up 3. And the Russell 2000 is up 2.5. No movers, no shakers. In the commodity basket, crude oil gained 41 cents today, trading 65.87 last. Gold added $1.30, trading 11.85.30 last. In the Asian markets, at the close, the Nikkei was up, first time in 3 days, I believe, 78 points. Shanghai lost 36, and the Hang Seng gained 113 points. No movers, no shakers. Last but not least, in Europe, the FTSE at the close up 2 points. That's right, 2. The DAX down 26, the CAC down 4. Very quiet trading in Europe. So Asia was mixed, Europe was mixed, and for the moment the US is mixed, with the NASDAQ still in the red. The Dow's positive, 82 points. S&P is positive by 4. And the Russell 2000 hanging in there, up 2.5 points. With that said, let's go to Michael and get a recap of what happened in the live training room today. And then we'll be back. We'll take a look at a couple other things. Take a look at the Concierge Trade Alerts from overnight. And, of course, we'll talk to John. So, Michael, if you're ready, let it roll.
I am ready. Bring everything over here to my side. Street. There we go. And get this thing up here. There we go. Alright.
Okay, let me drag that up and over. And did Jake make it in okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's good.
He's right behind me.
Hey, Jake. That bell's for you, baby. Alright, I'm going to hit mute and it's all yours.
Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Friday, the 17th day of August, 2018. Yeah. Today. Okay, if you have not taken a free trial with us, let's start there. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to the home page at CFRN.net, and right over here in the right-hand side, it says 5-day free trial. Click on the apply.cfrn.net, or you can scroll down here where it says free 5-day trial and click on that, or use proprietary indicators free, you can click on that. No matter how you do it, you're eventually going to be brought to this page. We're on this page. All we ask for is your email, your first name, how you found us. Hit the submit button, and you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link. Okay? You must click on the confirmation link. When you do that, then we will be sent an email letting us know that you actually did want to take the free trial, and we can send you all the information you need to get in there and take it. Okay? All right. Now, the spreadsheet. If you're going to read the spreadsheet, you read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Here we go. Today we had a red day. Big, ugly red day. Well, it wasn't a big, ugly day, but it was red, nevertheless. You know, as Dwayne said, no movers and shakers. Our markets weren't moving and shaking either, at least not until after the room closed. Then we had some movement on the ES. And I'll go over all that in just a minute. But today we made 2 ticks on the euro. We lost 7 ticks on crude. That stop out on crude is what made us red. We're plus 2 ticks on the ES. So we're minus 32 bucks. on the day, and we took 5 trade opportunities this morning. So on the month now, we're at 1321. That's over 12 days, averaging 110 per day. And on the year, we're at 22,420. That's over 150 days, averaging $149 a day. Now that is 1 contract, 2 hours per day. All right. The goal is to get you up to 20 contracts. So multiply that times 20. And if you manage to do every single trade like I did, and you did it for 2 hours instead of getting out and stopping when you got your goal for the day, none of that could actually happen. You can stop trading when you get your goal for the day. But doing everything exactly like I do is not likely to happen. Anyway, I mean, you should do better than I did, is my point. You should be doing better than I am, because you don't have, you know, distraction after distraction after distraction. Anyway, here we go. The markets were a mess today. This is gold. We didn't do anything with gold. We missed 1 trade setup that this alone would have given us our goal for the day at the point we're at that.
Yeah, I'll let you get your step.
This alone would have given us the goal for the day right here. Okay. And we did not get another opportunity after that, even during the break. Well, actually, there was one right here during the break. That's it right there. Okay. Crude oil. I'm sorry, crude oil. This is the euro. On the euro, we had 1 trade opportunity here we took, and it gave us two ticks. It looks like there was one right here that I missed, right there. I don't know why I missed that one. And another one over here that was a short that gave a little bit. Yeah. So I missed a couple here, and I missed that one. During the break, or right at the break, we weren't doing this one here because it wasn't trending. Okay, we need to get up above there. So then during the break, there was a long opportunity from right here for that leg up. Okay, and it just gave another one from right here. Okay, that was during the break on the euro. We ended with +2 on the euro. On crude, let's see. We started out here with a +2. No, I'm sorry, a +1 on crude. Then we missed this short right here, which would have given us the goal for the day. Then came all the way over here and we got to break even. Then we stopped out right there. Once we stopped out, it went and did what it should have done. And during the break, it looks like there was nothing during the break that you could do. Okay, and on the ES, now the ES, we took a couple of ticks right here, and then we missed this one, which would have been a break even. But we grabbed a couple of ticks there, then it changed directions, and we had a long trade there, another one there, and that was about it. That was about it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. See, we could have gotten the goal for the day here on the ES, or if we would have gotten any of those ones that we missed over there on the euro, definitely would have gotten the goal for the day. But it is what it is. Hang on, just a second. Let me bring this back up. Okay, I'll bring this back up. Okay, so the spreadsheet. If you're going to read the spreadsheet, you got to read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Today is the 17th day of August, 2018, and we made 2 ticks on the euro. We lost 7 ticks on crude, and we made 2 ticks on the ES. That put us at -32.50 on the morning. We took a total of 5 trade opportunities. So on the month now, we're at 1321 and a quarter. That's over 12 days, averaging 110 per day. And on the year, we're at 22,420. That's over 150 days, averaging 149 per day. Now that is 1 contract, 2 hours per day. Okay, 1 contract, 2 hours per day. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to the home page here at CFRN.net. And right over here on the side, it says 5-day free trial, apply.cfrn.net. Just click on that. Or you can scroll down here to where it says free 5-day trial, click on that, or here, and click on that. And eventually it's all going to bring you to this page where all we ask for is your email, your first name, how you found us. Then click on the submit button. Once you hit that submit button, you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link. Okay, if you don't click that confirmation link, we don't know that you took the free trial. Okay? Okay. And with that, we can pass it back out to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona. And with that, we can pass it back out to Studio A in fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, looking south of Mountain, America's largest city park. America's largest city park.
It's large. Oh my goodness, it's so large.
It is a large park.
It is large. People come by my house all the time. They go, "Have you seen that large park?" Oh yeah, can't miss it. So, what's going on? Recap of the recap, please.
The recap of the recap. Well, today we had a red day. We didn't get the goal for the day. We took a total of 5 trades, and we're minus 32.50 today.
Well, that's the truth about trading.
It is indeed.
The truth about trading. Well, the S&P trying to work its way back up to that zone at 2850/51. That's what I've got up on my screen. Any other developments? Was there any big news out today?
Nah, there was little news out. Preliminary inflation expectations, preliminary consumer confidence, and little news, not big news. Let's see, I had that open. Let me open it up again. Here it is.
Wee tiny.
Here it is. Good. Consumer confidence, preliminary consumer confidence, and preliminary inflation expectations. The consumer confidence consumer sentiment came in lower than expected. Inflation expectations came in the same as they did last month, and the leading index came in a little higher than expected. So, that is what was going on this morning with the news. There really wasn't much. There's Canadian CPI month over month came in way higher than anticipated, so that's good for them. And their foreign securities purchases came in way higher than expected, which is also good for them.
That is very good. Hey, you know how many alerts we had this week so far? I'm not saying there will be any more, but I don't think there will be.
40 something, right?
No, there might be.
44?
49.
49.
The big 49. Oh yeah. The big 49. We had. Is there any? Is Neil here?
Neil Armstrong?
No.
No, Neil's not here.
He's busy moonwalking.
Yeah.
Alert number 1 reached. It got 14 ticks of a 16-point target, 87.5%. And then number 2 reached the initial target. Number 3 reached 67.5% of the only target. And number 4 is no trigger, 5 no trigger. What else we got here? Scrolling. I think everything's recapped, guys, for those that are part of this world. Number 6. What was this? This was an S&P. A lot of notes there, boy. Wow. Final recap. Reached all 3 targets. Very good. Alert number 7. First trigger reached. And, the final recap. We closed 1 tick off the high of the day. A lot of notes. Yep, hit target. Well, it took me a long time to say that. Okay, that was the one with the lady riding the tractor. I thought that was clever. Let's see what was next. S&P reached the target. Number 9 was gold, and alert triggered, and price is now at the target. Okay, final recap, reached target. 10. Final recap. First trigger. Oh, I don't have a final. Yeah, I do. That's final. However, for the record, we just hit the initial 100 tick target. Okay. Yeah, I could go through these. I'll go through these and I'll put them all together. But only as I was asking if Neil was here, is he's working on a spreadsheet. But all in all, I would say we had a pretty good week.
Good.
I'll go over them once I have them charted out, or however I'm going to do it. And maybe I'll make a video. I don't know. It's just it's a lot of data to
consolidate.
Yeah, it's a young man's game. That's what they say. Let's see, number 23 reached the target and still dropping. 24 reached the target. Yeah, we had a great week, guys. I'll publish it for those of you that aren't part of it, because you might want to know. And for those who are part of it, you already know. So we had a good week. Any sign of John out there?
Hang on. Let me look. No.
That lumber
Not
trade
yet.
last night, guys, I just avoided it because after I did all the research and all the stuff, I did not put the symbol in. And that symbol, and what I was actually talking about was random length lumber, which I think might be different than lumber that's all the same length. That's why they call it random length lumber. But it just looked primed to pop, and it did hit the target, but without the symbol, yeah. So we just I just marked it as well, I forgot to put the symbol in, so that's how I marked it. We're gonna count that.
That is how you marked it.
Yeah, so I got to decide how I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm going to display this on a weekly basis. I don't know if I'm going to put the notes out or just the results. I think I should not put the notes out. I put the notes out on the beta, but
Russell said he sent the sheet to you.
oh, you did? I did not note that. Let
Yeah,
me look for
'cause
it. Is he in the? Oh, you're in there right now. Oh, okay, I didn't see you. We always box. Continue the link to make me for. Okay, Alan. Yeah, I thought I put it in the chat box last night, but maybe me or Michael want to send it over to you.
No, it's right here. The link that the sheet that he sent to you. I'll forward it to you again, Dwayne.
Well, I'm sure if I.
Here, I just sent it to you.
I can go. Okay. Last thing I see from him is August 7th. But you say you just sent me something?
I just forwarded.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay. 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 This looks good. Yeah. Now, this has magic running in the background.
I have not looked at it.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
Are you asking Russell?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I called you Neil. Oh, I know why. Because we have someone named Neil who has your first name as a last name. Okay. And also, send a sheet to you. No, I'm looking at... Michael, why don't you look at it? Because you've been doing this spreadsheet business for a long time, and
Okay.
you might... We don't want to get way deep and realize that we should have done something different. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you follow me?
I follow you.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Now, Russell, I think everything that can be recapped at this point has been recapped. I made a swing through there right before the show. So yeah, I don't have the hard numbers, but I'm gonna, out of the 49, I'm gonna think 40 reached. Hello, Dwayne. Do you know the average true range of weekly crude? Well, you know, Daniel, we can sure find out. We'll go to our chart here. Now, I rolled it forward to the V, as Michael had said, but since we've been trading the U contract, September, GCLU 8, we'll just take a look at that because it's got more history. Now, go to Insert, go to Indicators, go to Volatility, go to Average True Range. Down at the bottom, okay, the default look back is 14, which means if you're on a 30-minute chart, it's going to look back at 14 candles, and it's going to average those together. Now, I came up with a number the other day. It's 24 hours in a day. What number was that I thought it was? Did I go 100? Let's see, how many 30-minute? There's 12 30-minute candles. No, there's 48 in a day. Was it 96? I don't know. Let's look. Let's just look at 96 and see what it says. Okay, now if we're looking back, 96 30-minute candles. Right here on this candle, if you come down here and you look to the right, the average true range from the low to the high was, it says 0.24. Now, where's it right now? 0.1882. That doesn't seem quite right, does it, Michael?
Hang on. I was looking at the spreadsheet.
You go back to their default.
I was distracted
for a minute. Go back to the default and take a peek with the default on. Okay, 0.239. I think something's this. For some reason, Crude. Let me show you what it looks like on the S&P. Insert indicator. I just did this with somebody the other day, and it made perfect sense. Average true range. Okay. Right. Okay. So the average. See the average. I don't know what's wrong. I got to figure out how to set Crude up. Right here, currently, with the default look-back period, the average true range of an S&P 500 E-mini futures 30-minute candle is 4.27. So that's 4.25 points. Now, if we take it back a little farther, I was trying to, really give it some serious thought. Would it be best to have Globex in the mix, or just keep it to the day session if you're in the day session? And still, okay. All right, so we took it back for a farther, we went back, and now we've got 3.6. So that's 3.5 points, basically. Now, earlier today, it was at 3.8. And last night it got down to 3.5, and over here it dropped down to 3.4. Now, Daniel, does that make sense to you? As far as the Crude goes, I've got to think about it for a minute to see why that doesn't. Because if we go over to the Dow, I think that'll work out just fine. Insert indicator, volatility, average true range. Okay. Well, let's do it with 14 first. All platforms default to 14 on that. I wonder why. Okay, the average true range of a Dow candle right now is 39.5 points. That's pretty stout, don't you think?
That is.
Okay, so now we'll walk it back 100. And it's 36.73. Okay. Oh, you want weekly? Okie doke. We can do weekly. Sure. GCLU 8. Okay. Put it on weekly. Okay. Now, here's the thing. You can't look back too far on weekly because there's not that many weeks in an individual contract. We could put it on continuous, but that brings with it its own set of problems. Volatility, average true range. We're going to leave it at the default. So that's 14 weeks. That's a pretty good. Okay, it says that the average range of a weekly candle is 3.65. That's not right. Oh, wait a minute. $3.65. That is right. What did it say when we were on the daily again?
It was
Well,
30. Didn't you say 30 something?
we didn't go daily. We were on 30 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, see, so it's like right now it's 25 cents. But if we look at a weekly scenario, okay, it says here that the average true range over the last 14 weeks for a crude September contract candle, a weekly candle, the average is $3.65. Which, if you were in a trade that went $3.65, that would be $3,650. That's what that translates to. In gold, every dollar is $100. In crude, every dollar is $1,000. Okay, so you good with that, Daniel? Now you know how to do it. Yeah, and you know you can play around with that input window, but I kind of hesitate to do that because it sort of starts to feel like curve fitting, and we don't want to do that. So, all right, I should put this back up 30 minute. Oh, I've still got my, yeah, I've still got that. All right, no sign of John. I'm gonna go in without him here.
Nope, no sign of John yet.
All right, I'm gonna send him a quick beep to his phone. Okay, he said he'd be here just a minute. So let's go back to the S&P. Any questions, guys, about anything? Go ahead and type them in the box right now. Okay, go back to the S&P. And we got to get rid of all this stuff. Too much stuff. Now, have you been in touch with anyone who filled out the form at eminitrading.com?
I don't know where that form goes.
It goes to support at CFRN.net.
I have not. I've been in touch with people who have been calling me about it.
It's called Wufoo or something, I think. Wufoo? Yeah. Okay.
Is that how it comes through? Wufoo?
WUFO? I think so. I don't know. I mean, I can check it. Of course I know, but I don't know. No. All right. Goodness. You're making this hard on me today. All right. Let's just take a look, see at what happened last night. Go to the Concierge Trade Alerts as we wait on John's arrival. So he can, wait for John to show up so he can put me on hold. Just kidding. Just kidding.
He's still not there.
He will be in a minute. All right. All right. Last night on the S&P, we said to consider being long 28.47. Okay. Now this went out at 6:35. That's going to be 18.30. We can find that 18.30 candle. 18.30. Right there. That guy right there. I'll mark it. Okay, so beginning of Globex, boom. Actually, beginning of Globex, yeah, on where I have the line. And then it was this candle here where we sent out the alerts. So, consider buying 28.47. Alright, 28.47 should be in here. I think we need to enlarge this just a bit. Like that. Yeah, that's much better for these aging eyes. Okay. So 28.47 I'm going to get a different keyboard. No, I'm tired of this clacky. Some people really enjoy the clacky, clicky-clack keyboards. I'm not one of those people, really. I like those that are silent, you know. You can type, nobody hears you. 2847, and then we put in a high at 2849. So no big deal there, but 2 points. So always thankful for a couple points. Okay. Now you've got these little troublesome. Well, that's not it exactly. 2847. Let's get it up there. Okay. 2847. All right. So this one here could have caused a problem. Okay. Trigger. And then this one. Yeah. That one. You see you're down. If you triggered at 47, you're down about 4 points. Now, depending on where you put your stop, okay, and how you arrived at that. So that's probably going to end up being a stomp out as well. The Dow. What did we say on the Dow? Consider buying 25665. 665. Well, we put in a high. At 656. 671. 665 to 671. That's going to end up being a stop out too if anybody just got triggered in. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Okay. It's you just got triggered in. So Russell, what do we see on the Russell? So 1685. Okay, got something that finally had some movement to it. 1685 down to 1681. So that's 4. Don't forget to write down these zones that you see, guys, because I was careful to point out all week how much they can help you the following week. Even though you don't have the new ones, the old ones serve a pretty good purpose. And on the Russell, consider buying 1691. There's 91 right on the nose right there. 91, which makes this one troubled night. This. It's like the market has climbed, it seems, as high as it can get. Now, if we don't get a gap higher open Sunday night, I mean, well, you can't see it so much there, but you can really see it on the Dow. Okay. See how long this thing's been cooking up here? And remember what I said about I don't trust new highs of just, you know, a point or 2 points or a couple ticks, and that's exactly what we've got here. So this troubled area overhead where there's good resistance, it's where the sellers have marked their territory. Sunday night we have a chance to gap over that area and then run to the next area, and if we don't do that, then we could have a substantial sell-off Sunday night. Now we've still got plenty of time to go to the close, so we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, we will once Sunday night opens, we'll crank it back up. In fact, I'm not ruling out that there will be more. Now we're looking at Concierge right now, but I'm not saying there won't be any more logic trades today. But I want you to really keep the close in mind. Today's Friday, so it's not just end of session, but end of week. And I don't know that you want to be holding things over the weekend. If you do, make sure it's conscious. Make sure you do it on purpose. That's one thing. When you find out you did it accidentally, well, that's a whole nother ball of wax. Okay, crude. Now we're on the September, and so these numbers will be the last September when I sent out the one trade a day today. That was for the V contract, and when I start Sunday night, everything will be for the V contract. Is that what you said, V?
Yes, V contract. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Victor.
All right, so last night on this one, we were looking at V long 65.80. Wow, we got redeemed. Nice. 65.80. Okay. And the high 66.39. So if it was 40.60, it's $590 per contract available. As for the sell side, 65. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that today. Okay, so last day for the U contract, if you're still on the U, Sunday night we rolled to V. Okay. In fact, so I don't forget, Sunday night, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it right now. Maybe. There it is. So we'll be all set to go Sunday night. If I remember to save everything. Wow. We might have a trade on this today. Alright, we'll look at it later. Gold. What did we say?
John is in there now.
Okay, consider being long 1184. Right here. Hey John, welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, yourself?
Not too bad, thanks. It's been a pretty busy day today, and we've actually, caught some pretty lucky breaks here in the last few days. Caught the highs last night again, and the lows this morning before this rally, and this last little sell-off to a certain extent. But I think, we're trying to go higher, but the the Nasdaq has become the weakest link in the chain. Now it's gone from being the strongest to the weakest, and the fangs, which I mentioned yesterday, are really in trouble. And when the fangs start failing, the rest of the market is in jeopardy. If we were to turn up from here on the fangs, that would be a very, that could still extend the bull market higher. But we did sell Amazon up around we didn't get the exact high, but we got it about 19.15, somewhere like that. The high was about 19.20, 21 or 22. We're down to 1870. We've been actually lower this morning, but it is rallying a bit right now, which is encouraging. The Google has also come off in spite of fantastic earnings, etc. And what's interesting about the Google is we've actually made a kind of a three-wave pullback here since the beginning of August, and we could arguably be at the low end of it right now. And just in the same way as Boeing kind of did the same thing and then suddenly shot up, you don't forget you got these Chinese guys flying in next week to start talking trade. That could be supportive of the market, and the possibility of the market reversing up next week can't be discounted right now. Especially if we get through today without too much of a skirmish, and if we were to get back positive on the Nasdaq, that would be very impressive. We're a little bit under the water on the S&P right now as well. The semiconductors are bad because Nvidia broke down. We sold Nvidia right at the highs yesterday, and we actually put a sell stop. We had sold it even higher than that, but we put a sell stop, and just in case the bad, the news was bad. It looks like it was, because it's down about $15 right now, something like that. So it's a really bad development. $13, sorry, right now. we've seen sell-offs like this before, and then it's kind of stabilized. I mean, Wells Fargo just put a $310 target on the stock. We're at 244 right now. They've come a double. They put out a double buy on this thing, so they're very, very bullish on it. But the market's gone down ever since they put that upgrade out. We got the all-time high was I think it was just a second. No, it was about 270, 269. So we're at 245 right now. Not that badly off. This might be the low point here. If the market can recover from here, we might actually see a bit of a rebound. And I wouldn't rule out this guy who runs NVIDIA is a very smart fellow, and he could easily. He's kind of a little bit like a clone of Elon Musk. Speaking of which, he's in all kinds of trouble right now because Tesla, which we've actually been shorting all the way since the highs, since this run up on the buyout rumor, it gapped down overnight. It's very sharply because the SEC is now investigating other manipulations or things he's been doing. So as we said yesterday, shorts, it's hard to win. I guess it's hard to win against the shorts when you're in the most heavily shorted stock in the world. You got a lot of people, and this is actually turning out to be a bit of a nightmare for Musk now, having tried to get the stock up the way he did, and see it go from 387 all the way back down to 308. It's a bit of a tough deal, So he's got a lot on his plate, and he's pretty stressed out from all accounts. Right. And actually, with this kind of a sell-off now, the weekly looks terrible. The monthly looks potentially, it's still up a little bit on the month, but you've got a kind of a monthly reversal here. Unless this thing gets nipped in the bud, it's really this whole thing has gone from being kind of a dream idea to a sort of a nightmare scenario. And it's sort of, as some people said, it might be it actually made it almost an exact double top against the previous high on Tesla. and it has actually, the market ever since that day has kind of started to give up a lot of, except for Apple and a few other things, which is a bit higher today. I mean, that is a good sign. Look, when the leader of leaders, i.e. Apple at the moment, is up on the day.
New all-time high.
Yeah, it has the potential to lift the other stocks up this afternoon. That would be a great thing if it happens, because if we do finish this week better, it certainly gives us the opportunity to have another up week next week. Now, whether we can hold those gains next week, that's going to be the big question. I saw somebody on Twitter had some sort of a sell point around September the 4th or 5th. I would say that's not something to be. I wouldn't rule.
What's the significance of that date?
I don't know, but I'd be inclined. It's sort of around Labor Day, and very often Labor Day can be the defining, trend. If you start going down after Labor Day, it's usually a bad sign for the next couple of months. If you start going up after Labor Day, it's usually a good sign. Last year we went up. This year, it's probably more of a down bet than an up bet. But then the economy is doing extremely well. But then you got the China nightmare developing, which is, the market in China is hitting new lows today after that rally we looked at yesterday. And remember, we said it wasn't acting very well in the afternoon, and so we've come down, open lower again today. It's really, you know, the Chinese thing is a really big threat, actually, to the whole.
What about China specifically are you referring to?
Well, the markets, and you know, and they're probably, you know, the real China growth might be. What
was that symbol yesterday? YNN or?
Yeah, it's actually up a little bit off the lows. It's coming up off the lows today, so it's not as bad as I think the Shanghai composite is down to new low today, but some of the other stocks are not. So there is a possibility the Chinese, remember, they're stimulating the heck out of the market right now. So you know.
What exactly are they doing for stimulus?
Oh, I don't know. It's the complicated stuff. You know, they're lowering rates and providing liquidity and things like that.
So they're not just printing money the way we do.
Well, they might be doing that as well. You know, I think they're doing everything because they've been, obviously the yuan going down probably tells you they are printing money. You know. And the yuan going down is possibly helpful for stocks as well, so, and helpful to their economy. So you know, it's certainly look, we're at a very, very critical point. If China rallies next week, I'm sure our market's going to rally as well. So that's the deal. Now we've had some real drama in the gold stock sector. In particular, the J dust and the dust, which are the triples, and the nugget and the J nug. Now, yesterday the J dust got up to about 88.5. I think we sold it at either at 88 or 88.30, or just off the high. We just took a chance on it. And the same with the dust at 43. And this morning they gapped down, which is kind of what we were expecting because we thought it was a bit overstretched, and it got all the way down to 80. So it went from 88 and a half down to 80, and we put a buy stop just a little bit around 80 or 80 and 80 and 80.30, 80.50, somewhere like that, and it's back to 85.
Which one? I'm looking at the dust right now on the chart.
Oh, yeah, put the J dust. It's a bit more dramatic.
You know, when I put J dust, nothing came up.
No, JDST.
Oh, JDEST.
No, JDST.
JDST. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, if you could put it on the 30-minute, it'd probably be better.
Sure.
Or 20-minute, 30-minute, something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, so we sold it right at the top yesterday, shorted it, and covered it at 80, just above 80, and look at it now. So that was a pretty good call.
Yeah, it's great.
And we did something similar yesterday. You know, when it or in recent days when we had this big rally yesterday, the way it took off. So the question is, you know, this is, well, it's not very good news, the fact that we're rallying back up. Although the dollar, you know, the dollar is made a key reversal yesterday. It's making a kind of a weekly reversal today, and I would probably sell this J dust. It's going to put a stop right here, you know, 85.75 right now, 41 or so on the dust, and put buy stops on the other things, because if the dollar, if something happens, and if we close today right where we are, you potentially would have the makings of a weekly reversal as well as a daily reversal. And if that was to happen next week, in other words, if the currencies suddenly start rallying Sunday night going into next week, and we have a really big rebound, you could actually have a tremendous rebound in the metals, and possibly a very big breakdown in the dollar as well. And it could happen if that maybe they're going to reach an agreement with Turkey, possibly over the weekend. That would probably do it if that happens. So, you know, look, one thing that I've learned over time is that when markets get kind of moved by either terrorism type deals, or political events, they don't tend to last very long, and they very often can get reversed. And I would say that a lot of this stuff that's happened is more political than anything else. So, you know, right now we're rallying furiously on the J dust and things again. I think you know, we talked about the grains yesterday, which were up a lot. They're down again today. I think you just got to buy, you know, you got to look to buy the dips, because one of these days these grains are going to go higher, and they really have been. You know, they're a lot better off than they were a week ago, if you remember, when we were getting slammed, right?
Yeah, well, let's just bring it up. Soybeans. Okay. Yeah, well, that's weak.
Yeah,
it was very quiet last night and today so far.
Yeah, you know, if we start breaking out on the upside from here, especially if we get up over 900, I think you got to be long the beans, because you know that big move yesterday, that 27-point move, was really a pretty big deal. And this pullback, I wouldn't read too much into it right now.
No, because you know it's pulling right into the area where it should find some support. They were certainly eager buyers at that price yesterday. So
exactly, and it could be the same with the you know, now that the dust is back up and testing the highs. If these things turn down, or if the dollar turns down, those things could get absolutely massacred. So, and obviously the gold stocks would be a great buying in on the opposite end. So, at least for a bounce. The other thing is the lumber, crazy. It's 3 days, I think it's 3 days limit up now, which is just incredible.
I put out an alert last night on lumber, and I forgot to include the symbol, so I just had to avoid it this morning. It did do what we thought it would do, but without the symbol, it's not.
Yeah, it's locked limit up.
And now the symbol I came up with was random length lumber.
Yeah, that's I think that's good enough.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, it's locked. Remember, we put a buyout on this thing at around 407. I think it was somewhere in the low fours. 405, 407, and it's 472 right now. It's just amazing. It's the way this thing's taken off, and probably going to go limit up again on Monday. The way you know, because it's such a huge up week. Anyway, we've got to stop at 472 just in case it comes off the limit. Could happen, but you know, I think it's really you know, look even though, you know, in the markets, when the economy is on fire and everything is looking rosy, it's hard to get your head around the possibility the market might have a crash or something. But you know, there's always one of the things that happens periodically on Wall Street. First of all, when you've been up for 2 years in a row, markets tend to get a bit tired. Secondly, you get these black swan events. I forget the word now. That you get these events that happen that come out of nowhere and that nobody saw coming, and can tend to, you know, cause something like that to happen. And right now, the biggest vulnerability is the emerging markets and the Chinese market. So remember, look, this Chinese market today, it could be argued, is a lot like the Japanese market in 1989, when we hit 40,000 on the Nikkei, and once it turned, you know, I mean, it went all the way down to 8,000. So China, and why did that happen? Well, because the Nikkei had been going up for 4 decades straight. China's basically been going up for the probably best part of 3 or 4 decades right now, almost uninterrupted, apart from this volatility it's had at the highs a couple of times. So it's very vulnerable to, you just can't keep growing ad infinitum. And there's a lot of issues that are coming into play in China, including the cities and everything else, that, definitely are sort of forestalling future growth potential. And, the Chinese that are, I think what Trump is doing actually could be much more serious, much more dramatic than the Chinese realize. And the best thing they can possibly do right now is to get a deal done as quickly as possible, because the consequence of not doing one could be very destructive to the Chinese business model, because it depends on the U.S.
Do you need to get that?
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you have any final questions, put them in the chat box, because we're going to wrap it up here on this Friday pretty quick. Happy to answer any questions that you have. Dwayne, I sent a message to you. I'll be in touch. John, we're going to wrap a little bit early today. Is there anything else you
That's
want to
okay.
cover?
No, listen, thanks very much for the invite, and best of luck this afternoon with everything we're doing, and have a great weekend.
All right, you do the same. Talk to you soon.
All right, all the best. Bye.
Okay. What could you learn from a rich young ruler? I don't know one, but just a question. Luke 18:22 says, "You still lack one thing." A certain ruler asked him, saying, "Good teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life?" So Jesus said to him, "You know the commandments. Do not commit adultery, do not murder, do not steal, do not bear false witness, honor your father and your mother." And he said, "All these things I have kept from my youth." So when Jesus heard these things, he said to him, "You still lack one thing. Sell all that you have and distribute it to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And come, follow me." That's not exactly how it plays out in the King James Version. There's a little bit of semantics there. One says, sell stuff and give to the poor. Another translation says, sell all your stuff and give to the poor. Now, when the fellow heard this in Luke 18:18 and 23, he became very sorrowful because he was very rich. To whom much is given, much is required, right? This man had two problems. Jesus put his finger on each. First, he discovered that keeping a bunch of religious rules cannot fill the emptiness in your soul. Only a relationship with Christ can do that. Second, he discovered that he didn't just own riches, his riches owned him and kept him from following Christ. He had so much potential. He could have leveraged his resources, his network, and his energy for kingdom causes. But he wanted to keep it all for himself. And the Bible captions his life in 4 words. He became very sorrowful. Very sorrowful. Here's the score. The rich young ruler eventually became the rich old ruler. Until the day he died, he'd remember the words of Jesus. Come, follow me. And today Jesus is making the same offer to you and to I. Will you do that? Will you follow him? If you say no, you'll regret it at the end of your life. If you say yes, you'll be rewarded with joy and a level of blessing you never knew possible. It's only in letting it all go that you truly gain it all. let it go, and it's all yours. Wow. What a great way to end a great week. And it has been a fantastic week. Much to do. Going to get that spreadsheet done, get it out to all the L24 folk. And if you need anything at all over the weekend, I know some of you signed up for demos, and I've got to get that organized, stratified, and underway. If you have not, if you're going L24 logic, what's this guy talking about? Okay, we had a 3-week public beta. We just completed our first week on the street after the beta. Go to eminitrading.com. Singular, not plural. eminitrading.com. Go there and check out the beta. You can actually get into the beta test, the archives. You can walk through every single trade, everything we did, every comment, every bad joke, you name it. It's all there, preserved for eternity. Check it out. Read the notes. You'll get a real idea of what we're doing, what it's all about, and it might be the very thing you're looking for. It is the weekend. CFRN law dictates that you must spend quality time with your family. Of course, I'll see you in church on Sunday. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading Emini Futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.